Beautiful souls, beautiful souls. Oh, what it is, what a beautiful morning as the wind blows. So, as I go into deep meditation every night, as I'm close to all that is, I have two friends that mentor me. So I am grounded in the 3D and the matrix. A lot of you guys know of Sylvia Brown, who is a prophet in the Christ consciousness. Of course, she crossed over, but she is still more than bigger than life in spirit. And then Edgar Casey, who was known as the sleeping prophet, and who also is part of the Christ consciousness. I want to also use this time to say the term prophet is not a religious thing. It's so much bigger. It's so much more expansive. And they came to me with some jewels. Okay. First and foremost, this big shift, the veil is thinning. So you're going to see more people. We don't want people to misunderstand that the difference between being more intuitive, developing telekinesis, and more people developing telekinesis, and more people where you just know what someone is thinking, and stuff like that. And that stuff is going to become more prevalent. More animals becoming more aware, more people becoming more aware, people becoming more empathetic to consciousness, being more empathetic to, they said, as the world becomes more conscious, you're going to understand and understand that this system that everybody pays into, like rent and all that, is not helping the greater whole. Like the system. So people, instead of people having stores, why do people have to pay for food? Why do people have to? So the world is going to become more conscious and unified. And so this is going to be a banger for the institutions. As even a lot of the white collar people, like the Trumps, will start to understand love and the true God of unity, and understand that this thing called money is a mental trap to keep you oppressed. But if everything was in balance and more or less, oh, my neighbor needs this, so why can't we just produce this and give this to them? Or just grow it in your backyard, or have those herbs so you don't have to push out all these toxins that's hurting lineages through underlying medical issues, when you could just grow herbs in your backyard. So this whole movement is why you're going to see a collapse. But the blessing here is the unity that is going to unite in the world. Okay. Trump is a mirror. Okay. Like I prophesied all this before. Trump is a mirror. So Trump is literally on blast, not because it's a Trump thing, it's a world thing. This is bringing light to the systems. Who owns the banks? Who owns the money? Who owns everything that's driving humanity insane? So when everyone comes together in love, peace, and balance, everyone's going to understand that, hold on, wait a minute. As the veil thins, these people that are in control are going to get more empathetic. That's why even a murderer or a serial killer, you don't know when they're going to find God. I know it's hard to put that in notion, but these people that's running things they're going to grow a heart, and they're going to get to know God, and they're going to help in the cleansing of the system. So by 2031, you will see everything the new world begin to sprout in love, peace, and balance. However, before then, like I stated before in prophecy, a lot of these global disasters, as I predicted, the floods and all this rain and water, okay, water is cleansing, okay? Just like holy water, water is a magical molecule, and a consciousness that's been here for since the beginning of time that cleanses your body as it is an electromagnetic vessel. Okay, so as Earth is also electromagnetic vessel and a being, a lot of water is around to cleanse. But on land, humanity has there's a lot of pain and turmoil that's been put in the soil. So, i.e., like Louisiana, when that happened, there's a lot of energy over there where that flood happened because it was a lot of negative voodoo that people was doing, and you know, it went against the greater whole of God, the balance, right? So that's why you're going to see a lot more earthquakes of Mother Gaia purging that negative energy. The coast of California will fall. Okay? All these lands where like a lot of old cultures were murdered and massacred, you will see global disasters. Like literally, it's because of low vibrational energy and blood in the soil from murders and decades of turmoil. You know, it's all coming to head now that the world is cleansing and the transfer of the frequency of the ethers. All that can't go into the new world. So part of the transition is literally very traumatic. And you're looking at it as if, wow, this is a lot. But I need you to really, it's your perception. What you do know is that God is present. What you do know is that the healing is now. Karma is now. Do you understand? So change your perception, change the narrative, smile, be grateful. Change has arrived, but change doesn't happen overnight. Again, as the veil thins, you will see more people with more telekinesis, more people being developed with like trying to develop gifts or like stuff like that. Now, as prophets like myself, there are not many who are tapped in like me. Okay. We are rare. Okay. So I don't want to do a false narrative and say that everybody's going to develop all these supernatural gifts and stuff. That's for true prophets of the Christ consciousness. However, more people will be more intuitive, or you're going to know what they're thinking, know what, people going to learn how to more control the way that they think, the thought process. You're going more, of the knowing. You get what I'm saying? So the veil is going to be very thin. So a lot of supernatural occurrences, a lot of people are going to get visited by extraterrestrial visions of knowing that there's aliens out there. They're going to be coming to you because everyone has extraterrestrial DNA. So your DNA is going to be activated and you're going to literally see people that are in your DNA coming to you when you reach that frequency of love, peace, and balance. And you're going to be like, wow. You're not going to be scared. You're going to know that this is your cousin and your being because you come from that particular DNA strand of the stars, which we all do. And that you've been in like a fog. So this veil is going to release a lot of people. And there's going to be these kids that are being born now are already enlightened to the love of God, having knowledge of past lives, ancient knowledge, stuff like that, because the veil is thin. So people are going to start remembering their past lives, going to sleep, having dreams of them back in a castle or something like that. That's just what's going to be happening. The world is waking up to this paradigm of waking up from this old, outdated, blasphemous lie that they've been living, and it's going to cause, it might seem turmoil, but ultimately it's for a breakthrough. All right. Remember, unity is the key to our higher conscious universe. We cannot do this divided. I'm sending love to Edgar Casey and Sylvia Brown and their lineages. I'm grateful. You're more than a conqueror. You're victorious. I am Prophet Josh Sterling, the Christ consciousness. I love you.